Thanks for joining me for this edition of the Church Security Answer Man. This is a great one from the beginning to the end, as far as I'm concerned, with some bonus stuff. So stick with me because this is textbook stuff. It involves this guy right here that comes to a church and starts asking questions, and the security team picks up on it. They just all did a fantastic textbook job on this. So it's a guns and weapons that lead to an arrest at a church, but it really starts before that. It starts with an alert security team at a church, the Faith Assembly of God Church in Texarkana, Arkansas. And basically, what's going on is that they're having a revival, several nights, it sounds like. And by about the third night, everybody says they've got this one guy that's showing up and he's asking suspicious questions about the staff and about church members, and he's really creeping them out. I mean, he really thinks, in fact, by the third night they think that he's testing the security and testing their systems and observing stuff. So they end up contacting the police department. And the next morning, on Tuesday morning of this week, as I understand it, and they fill the police department in. So the police department shows up that night for that revival event the next night. So it's like the fourth night of the revival. The man shows up and he is still acting weird, acting suspicious. As he goes into the revival, the police go over and look into his vehicle, just a plain view type look, a search into the cab of the truck, and they see the AR style rifles, several 30 round magazines, as they describe it, shotgun, and a belt loaded with shotgun shells, one of those ammo belts, and some other miscellaneous gear in the truck. It's in plain view as they look through the windows. So they go back into the church. They tell the security and some of the church members what's going on, what they see. So they say they want him removed. And apparently, as I understand it, when he goes to the bathroom, then the police officers contact him as he comes out of the bathroom before he goes back into the main auditorium area, and they tell him that he can't go back in. He's insisting on going in, and pretty soon he's got as they try to detain him and keep him from going in, he's got his fist up and he's trying to get into the auditorium, and the fight ensues. And apparently he's even trying to get stuff off of the officer's belt. I don't know what the particular items were. So he is arrested. And here's your suspect and his vehicles. I'm not plastering his name out there or anything. I'm not into that kind of stuff. But I want you to know, especially if you're in the Arkansas, Louisiana areas. Apparently, he's from Louisiana, according to his ID. Now, the Texarkana Police Department in Arkansas. Hey, I just want to switch gears real quick and let you know I'm so excited about our new greeter safety and security training, the basic volunteer certificate. It's out right now for open enrollment for a limited time. Check it out. Links in the description, or go to churchsecurityacademy.org. We've got training for them in this 4-hour course about being warm and welcoming at the front doors, roles as a greeter, bridging that gap between security and the warm and welcoming, assisting security. And also, because these folks are right up front in the church, some training for them in their safety and security as well. So great information. It links up well with our other training for unarmed, armed security, and security leadership training as well. So they all go together very well, focused on the individual roles, but how they can help the others. So take a look at this link in description, or go to churchsecurityacademy.org. Fantastic job. I mean, they now have from what I understand, they now have the FBI involved. They're looking at this guy seriously. And after they started putting this stuff out, the press releases and the information, apparently they started getting other churches that were contacting them as well. So, and here's the other thing I want to add is this just adds to the fantastic job that everybody did, from the security noting what was going on, reporting it to the police take action and show up and get more involved and see that, in fact, this isn't right. And that maybe he was checking them out and sizing the church up for some violence. Who knows? But it was prevented. And and then I want you to note that from there, the police department arrest him. They're getting the FBI involved because this could be some kind of attempt to hate crime and do some mass, situations. And so, and because they were putting it out, other churches were coming forward too, saying, "Yeah, something like this was happening to us." And I don't know if they've identified that guy as the one that was bothering the other churches as well. But anyway, it has come together beautifully, and there's violence has been avoided. And here's the other beautiful thing I want to mention to you is, and I'm going to give you the link in the description. I'm not putting the video on here because that's not my place for that. But I want you to know it's there, that the next day, the pastor and the corporal from the local police department who's been doing the press releases on this, put out a press release and a press video, media video release. And the pastor's talking about what a great job everybody did. He's also trying to reassure his church folks and the community that everything's under control. They don't have to worry. The corporal also talks about that. And I'd encourage you to go take a look at the video because it really kind of puts the package together. And I just think, man, I would share this with your teams. This is just a great, right through all the processes from seeing something suspicious, something doesn't seem right, reporting it to the police get involved, and then wrapping this up nicely afterwards to try to help people feel more confident, And I just think, man, what a great job this whole thing is, this whole package. And I hope that any of us could strive to do as well. And we can. And this is one of those positives ones that should give you some confidence that if you're paying attention to your intuition, to things don't seem right, and you're taking action to get the police involved as soon as you can, what a great job this is. So I'd encourage you to take a look at the link. I encourage you to continue to train so that we could all do as well as this church security team did at this church in Texarkana, Arkansas. Follow it up how you see fit, watch a video, that kind of thing. And again, show this to your team because pat yourselves on the back if you're working hard and training and you're ready to put together a situation like this where you prevent it. And sometimes we're not even going to know that we prevented something just by being outside and walking around in the parking lot around the perimeter and being seen with your name tag flopping around and stuff. That you never know what you've prevented in those situations by staying at your post and doing what you're supposed to do every week. But here we have evidence that this team, this church security team, did a great job. Thanks for joining me for this edition. I hope you'll like and subscribe wherever you're watching this. I hope you're on YouTube. If not, come over to YouTube. But wherever you're watching this, leave us a note, leave us a comment. And on YouTube, I'll leave a link to the description, to the contact for this video. And don't forget to take a look at this video clip right here as the next thing that YouTube's picking out for you to take a look at if you're on YouTube.